The Archaeology Museum of the American University of Beirut in Beirut, Lebanon is the third oldest museum in the Near East after Cairo and Constantinople. History. The Archaeological Museum of the American University of Beirut was formed in 1868, after Luigi Palma di Cesnola gifted a collection of Cypriot pottery to the newly formed American University of Beirut. George Post was the first curator of this collection, and Maurice Jessup donated the funds for construction of Post Hall, which opened in 1902. There was much archaeological plundering in Lebanon due to weak governmental control, and people arrived daily at the museum with suggested artifacts plundered from clandestine excavations. Between 1902 and 1938, the museum acquired collections from all around the Middle East. The museum remained closed during World War II and reopened in 1948. It expanded in the 1950s and doubled its floor space with a refurbishment, under curator D.C. Baramki, which opened to the public in 1964. The museum remained open during the years of crisis in Lebanon between 1975 and 1990 and underwent another, complete renovation in 2006 under the present director, Leila Badr. A mezzanine level was added that increased the space by 1/5 using funds secured from the Zhukovsky Family Foundation. The Orb Archaeological Museum is the third oldest museum in the Near East after Cairo and Constantinople. Displays. The collections are organized by chronology and themes, with displays along the sides of the gallery displaying the evolution of pottery. Other displays include the Cesnola collection, showing pottery from Cyprus from the Bronze Age to the Roman era. The prehistoric collection includes Paleolithic and Neolithic eras. The KSAR Kill collection was donated by the University of Boston team who excavated this archaeological site in 1948. The display shows a 23 meters stratigraphic sequence of 37 layers and flint tools belonging to several cultures. The sequence is radiocarbon dated between 50,000–18,000 BP and contained a human jaw dated to 40,000 BP and a complete skull dated to 35,000 BP. The Paleolithic Showcase displays the journey of man through the Stone Age, covering important events such as the discovery of fire, hunting and cave paintings. The Neolithic Showcase covers the dawn of agriculture, animal domestication, the beginnings of pottery, villages and religion. The Terracotta Figurines collection shows their evolution from the Bronze Age to the Roman era and their importance in the development of religion. The Metal Figurines collection includes mostly males and gods, used as symbols of power. The Bronze Age displays show artifacts dated between 3000 BC and 1200 BC, including evidence of early writing, trade and urbanization. The Iron Age displays shows evidence of the invasions of seafaring raiders and city-states during the period between 1200 BC and 400 BC. The Phoenician showcases display the extraction of purple dye from murex shells, pottery and Phoenician glass. Phoenician religion is represented by a large stela of a priest, a throne of Astarte, libation spoons and a glass amulet. Another notable feature of this section is the forward mandible dating from the 5th century BC, showing the earliest known example of dentistry. The Bodashtar inscription is also displayed along with an explanation of the development of the linear alphabet. The Classical Period collection includes funerary reliefs from Palmyra, Egypt and the Levant, a Byzantine mosaic and collection of funerary sarcophagi displayed on the staircase leading to the mezzanine. The Islamic period displays materials from the Umayyad period in 656 AD to the Ottoman Empire in the 19th century, where glazed tiles and plates are shown. The newly added mezzanine includes table cases displaying small objects such as a collection of coins, scarabs and seals, lamps, amulets, cosmetics, jewelry, tools and weapons. Projects. The museum has been involved in archaeological research and recovery projects. In 1956 to 1974, the museum was involved in excavations at Tel El Ghasl in the Bekaa Valley, an agrarian site with levels dating from 1800 to 600 BC. Some of the Iron Age material recovered is displayed in the museum, including a goblet with an incised decoration of birds and ducks discovered at Tel El Yehudiya and dating from 1730 to 1550 BC. The goblet was found next to a skeleton and is presumed to be a funerary gift for use in the afterlife. The museum has also carried out a number of excavations in Beirut Central District under the directorship of Leila Badr. These have included the ancient Tel of Beirut, Site Bay003. The purpose of this excavation was to discover the root of the Amarna letters. Evidence was found of a fortification system that was constructed in the 2nd millennium BC up to the Hellenistic period, along with the remains of a building dating back into the 3rd millennium BC and a hoard of Egyptian objects. Another site the museum has been involved with is Bay012, St. George Cathedral of the Greek Orthodox, where excavations were carried out in 2001. 8 layers showed occupation from the Hellenistic period onwards and the remains of 5, possibly 6, successive churches. Another site investigated was Bay 215, the An-Nahar building, revealing 6 levels of occupation dating from the Persian to Byzantine eras, showing continuous inhabitation since the 4th century BC. Tel Ghasl in Syria has also been excavated and studied by Leila Badr since 1985. Likely the ancient Samarra. Levels from the Mamluk period to the Bronze Age were discovered. Finds included a temple and rooms with seashell-paved floors. Visitors to the museum can view relics such as cylinder seals, necklaces, pottery and temple offerings organized according to the site location. The museum has also embarked on the restoration of the wall paintings of Marsakis and Bacchus in Kaftan with the University of Warsaw. Publications. Tel El Ghasl Baramki, D. Excavation in Seal Syria. Archaeological News. Archaeology. pp. 141-42, 1957. Baramki, D. First Preliminary Report on the Excavation at Tel El Ghasl, BMB Volume 16, pp. 87-102, 1961. Baramki, D. Second Preliminary Report on the Excavation at Tel El Ghasl, BMB Volume 17, pp. 47-103, 1964. Baramki, D. Third Preliminary Report on the Excavation at Tel El Ghasl, BMB Volume 19, pp. 29-48, 1966. Zhukovsky, M. The Pottery of Tel El Ghasl in the Bekaa. A Comparative Study and Analysis of the Iron Age and Bronze Age Wares. Beirut, Lebanon, 1972. Dumay Sahel, C. Les Fouilles de Tel El Ghasl, 1972 and 1974. Étude du matériel, B. A. Ht. 146, Beirut, Liban, 1996. BEY003 Badr, L, Bay003 Preliminary Report. Excavations of the American University of Beirut Museum 1993-1996. Report from the excavations in the city center of Beirut under rehabilitation from the early 1990s. Bal, Volume 2, pp. 6-94, 1997. Tel Ghasl Badr, Al, Tel Ghasl, Syria. Orb Museum excavations 1985 to 1987. Preliminary report. Beirut 38 to 10-124, 1990. Badr El Al. Tel Khazal. Rapport préliminaire sur les Fourieti campagnes de fouilles. Syria 71 to 259-346, 1994. Badr El Al. Tel Khazal, Syria. Excavations at the Orb Museum 1993 to 1998. Third preliminary report. Beirut 44 to 123-203 and CD-ROM supplement 1999-2000. The Church of Marsakis and Bacchus in Kafn H. Acute Loun. Les fresques de Kafn au Liban. La cohabitation des deux traditions Byzantine et oriental. Cronus, No. 20, pp. 7-32, 2009. Chmielewski, K. and Walashevsky, T. 2007. The Church of Marsakis and Bacchus in Kafn and its Wall Paintings. Report 2003 to 2007. Baal, Volume. She, 2007, pp. 279-325. Other publications Capit E. Tel Khazal. Rapport préliminaire sur les 9-17 campagnes de fouilles du Musée de l'Université américaine de Beirut. Chantier 2. Beirut 47 to 63-121, 2003. Badr El. Tel Khazal Simira. A Contribution to a Relative Chronological History in the Eastern Mediterranean During the Late Bronze Age. Bulletin of American School of Oriental Research 343, 45-75, 2006. Gabel E. Lecture in International Convention. Urbanistica Phoenicia Ipanica, Roma. February 21-23, 2007. Eric Gabel. Phoenician Towns and Harbors in the North. The Case of Early Iron Age Amurru, 2007. Badr L. and Capit E. Les Fouilles de Tel Khazal in la Méditerranée des Phéniciens. Special issue of Les Dossiers d'Archéologie HS No. 1346-49, 2007. Young R.D. Mykaniski Keramik von Tel Khazal. Damases einer Mitteilung an BD 15 Mainz. pp 147-218, 2006. Capit E. Les Peuples des Céramiques Barbes et Tel Khazal. Script the Mediterranean, Volume XXVII 28, 2006-2007, pp. 187-207, 2006-2007. Badr L. The Religious Architecture in the Bronze Age, Middle Bronze Beirut and Late Bronze Tel Khazal. In Interconnections in the Eastern Mediterranean, Lebanon in the Bronze and Iron Ages. Proceedings of the International Symposium, Beirut 2008. Orseri Baal, Volume 6, 2009, pp. 253-270, 2009. Mackay, D. A Guide to the Archaeological Collections in the University Museum, Orb, Beirut, Lebanon, 1951. Baramki, D. The Archaeological Museum of the American University of Beirut, Orb, Beirut, Lebanon, 1967. Baramki, D. The Coins exhibited in the Archaeological Museum of the American University of Beirut, Centennial Publications, 1968. Courage Ors v. and Badr L. Cypriot Antiquities in the Archaeological Museum of the American University of Beirut, Leventis Foundation, Nicosia, Cyprus, 2009. Brochures. Brochure of the Archaeological Museum of the American University of Beirut, 2006. Museums in Lebanon, Lebanon, Ministry of Tourism, 2009. Newsletter. The Society of Friends of the Museum publishes a newsletter twice a year, which gives an account of the museum's activities. Visitor information. The museum's hours are 0900-1700 in the winter and 0900-1600 in the summer, Monday through Friday. The museum is closed on public holidays and during university holidays. Tours last approximately 1 hour. Group tours and school visits can be made by appointment by email to the museum assistant. Entrance and tours are free of charge.